Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And today I'm going to be talking about essential oils and the ones that I use, and about some comparisons I've made personally. Now, I get asked from time to time what essential oils I use, or people will bring up how they like this one better than that one, and I've heard arguments on both sides. And so I'm going to share with you what, at least for me, this is for me, what I prefer and why I use it. Now, the two main oils I have that I've tried and compared side by side are the Now Foods and the Young Living. Now, I've never tried doTERRA, so I cannot say anything about doTERRA. And then the third one I've tried is one called Sun Essential Oils, and it's supposed to be all organic. My preferred choice is the Now Foods. I've been using them for many years. They were the first oil I ever tried, long before I ever even heard of doTERRA or the Young Living brand. Now Foods was the first one I looked into, the first one I started trying to use, and they've always done great for me all along. So they are still my number one choice for cost and quality. And looking into the company and the things they support, such as the non-GMO project and organic and all that kind of stuff, I highly am behind them. I'm not saying all of their products are perfect. Like one time I mistakenly ordered, because it was improperly labeled on Amazon, a bottle of the jasmine oil, which was a perfume oil, which means it was also had synthetic ingredients added to it. Well, if you go to their website, it says that specifically, but Amazon put it up, the picture and description, as if it was their Jasmine Absolute oil, which there's a difference. Now, whenever you get an Absolute, that means it's typically cut with another oil, and so it's not pure 100% floral oils. And when you're talking jasmine, rose, frankincense, things like that, they're highly, highly expensive to get them in their 100% pure form as far as just that oil. Now, the frankincense from Now Foods that I use is, I would prefer to get the 100% frankincense, but I never can find it. I get the one that's a 20%, and it's in grapeseed oil. That's the only other ingredient in here. So it's still 100% pure, but it's not 100% frankincense. So you got to understand the differences when you're looking online at these different oils. Read what they say. The myrrh oil is the same, because it's also very, very expensive. It's the only one I think that I haven't tried yet. Like here's the Geranium. This is one, it's a really good one for skin, has a really nice scent. I don't use it as often, though I'll add it to some of my soaps. This one is 100% pure, and it's 100% geranium oil. You have to look at both of those, because now the jasmine oil, that one that I bought by mistake, it's not 100% pure. It's not even just that it's not 100% jasmine oil, it's not 100% pure and natural, because it has synthetic ingredients added to it. And that's the only one Now Foods carries that's like that. And like I said, if you go to their website, they will specifically say that. Now, as far as the Young Living, this was a great kit that I bought from a friend. And it has a lot of great oils in here. You see there, and then there's still another one in here. That's the Stress Away. These cute little bottles, you know, for like purse-sized bottles that I keep meaning to use so I can carry smaller bottles. I do keep a couple of bottles of oils in my own blends. I like to make my own blends, actually. That's another reason why I like Now Foods, because I just buy the single oils and do my own blends. But like I have my own pain relief blend, and I want these smaller ones would be so much nicer to carry in my purse than the bigger ones. I carry bottles like that big. And then they also have these great little, kind of more of a sample size one, you know, that just in these little things like this that are also great for carrying in a purse or a wallet. So I would recommend the Young Living just from what I've tried. I think they're great. However, in my side-by-side comparisons from one oil to the next, comparing, I can't really compare this frankincense oil to this frankincense oil because this one is 100% frankincense, so it has a much stronger scent. It is definitely a much stronger one, where this is diluted down to where it's only 20% frankincense oil. Big difference. This one's I really prefer for adding for skin cream and all that kind of stuff. However, if I was to use this, I would only need a couple of drops as opposed to a whole capful. Now, when it comes to things like the peppermint oil and the lavender, for example, I see no difference between the two. They're both the Now Foods that I use, and these are 100% peppermint, 100% lavender oil, and there's no difference in strength. Now, I thought before I bought these that I was going, and I have a video I did, one of my first videos where I was using these oils, and I had assumed that this, just because of what I'd read, would be so much stronger than this. It's not. They are the same. Side-by-side comparison, absolutely the same. They smell the same, they taste the same, they feel the same. Everything about them is the same. So, what's the difference? The price. This is so much more, especially the bigger bottle you can buy. You can even find this in a 16-ounce bottle, which I haven't done yet. But I always buy like the peppermint, lemon, any of the citrus oils that I can get. If I can get them in at least a 4-ounce, that's the size I go for, because it's a lot better price per ounce that way. So as far as that and the lavender, and honestly, I find the Now Foods lavender has a nicer scent, in my personal opinion, than the Young Living one does. Now, there's more in here. Most of these are blends, so I can't really compare those because I don't buy blends in the Now Foods. I just bought this as a starter kit, which I believe is, again, a great choice to do if you're thinking about getting into these types of oils, is going with a starter kit. Go ahead and pay that money and get it. And this even surprised me, it came with a diffuser. I didn't know it was going to come with a diffuser. I was just wanting a kit of oils just to have whatever the basics were on hand, so I could try the Young Living brand and see what I think. Here's another one that's just a straight oil, lemon. Again, no difference to me between this one and the Now Foods. Both are 100% lemon oil, and there's no difference to me. And citrus oils are some of the least expensive ones you can buy. Now, I am not going to bash Young Living or doTERRA, especially since I've never tried doTERRA, because I think they're great oils from what I've tried. However, and I would recommend them for those who feel the need to go this route. However, if you're on a budget, I have found nothing wrong with the Now Foods brand. Like I said, I've been using them for, gosh, I don't even know how many years it's been. At least 6 or 7 years. I think I started using them before I took ourselves off the thyroid medication, so it may be 7 years at least that I've been using the Now Foods and have been incredibly, incredibly happy with them. And so, again, when you're looking at these, what you're wanting to look at, the most important thing is whether or not it's 100% pure. And then if you're wanting to make sure it's not cut and you're looking at price comparisons, then check to see if it's 100% tea tree oil like this one is. And those are the two most important things. Now, there's a lot of debate about therapeutic oils and what that really means. And I don't want to get into a debate on that, because I can't say I honestly know for sure. I just know what I've read is that therapeutic oils is basically just a name, and that's what they call when it's 100% pure, whatever that oil is. And that is from what I understand. Again, I don't want to debate it. I just believe that for some of these companies, it's kind of a name that they put on there, and then they can charge a little bit more for it. Again, this is my opinion, so please don't get offended if you're a lover of Young Living or doTERRA. You do what works for you, because that is the most important thing, is find the oils that work best for you. I'm just sharing with you what I have used for many years and have always had great results. Now, The other brand I have tried that I mentioned earlier is the Sun Essentials oils. It used to be called Sun Organics. It might still be. And I'm questionable on these. What I found, now there's cinnamon bark. This is a great one. I love it. And for the price, it's just incredible. I haven't looked into the company more in depth to find out who they are, and what they put in their oils. So I'm a little skeptical about some of their stuff. Now I have their tea tree oil and I don't care for it. It doesn't smell near as good as the Now Foods. I also have their grapefruit, same thing there. It seems very watered down, even though it's supposed to be 100% pure grapefruit oil. It doesn't have the nice, strong, lovely scent that the Now Foods does right here. I love this oil. And the only two oils I've tried, I keep trying different ones just to compare because of the price. And the only two I have found of these that I like are the cinnamon of this brand and the vanilla. And the vanilla is not made from the vanilla bean, it's made from the vanilla flower. So it has a little bit different, it's still a very sweet scent, but it's not the scent you think. But I love that one. So those are that's the only one I buy, and I've only bought this once because I don't use it a lot anyway. So really what it comes down to is you need to research if you're really concerned about what's the best, because the debate goes on and on and on, and it's going to be very different for each person and what they find works best for them or that they prefer. And so I can't say it enough. Find what works for you. Don't take my word for it. But the most important thing is to do your research, look at what other people are saying, look into each company individually, look at what kind of awards they have, and things that they support. This is very important, and that's why I'm sold on Now Foods. One reason why, and also because they've always worked well for us. And just do your research. I can't say I've honestly researched really in depth on therapeutic and what all that means. I just know what I've come across so far, and to me it just does seem kind of like a gimmick. But again, no offense to those who like that. I don't want to step on any toes there, because I know some people are really love all these oils, and that's fine. That's fine. But my other issue with companies like that, such as doTERRA and Young Living, and the same applies to Thrive, it's not that it's anything bad, it's that I usually try to veer away from anything that's more of a multi-level marketing kind of thing where you have to go through a consultant and all that kind of stuff. My main reason for purchasing this was, it was a good friend, and I wanted to both support her and also have a chance to really try some so-called therapeutic oils and compare them side by side with the Now Foods, so I would know by my own experience whether or not I think the Now Foods is one that I would stick with. And so far, yes, I'm very happy with the Now Foods after all these years. Okay, so now since I'm talking about these particular oils, I'll show you what I have. This isn't even all of my Now Foods oil. I have tons. I just grabbed the ones that were closest because they're the ones I use the most. So I have an orange, grapefruit, of course, which I use in my skin cream, the lavender, the lemon, peppermint, this one gets used a lot, rosemary, I recommend all of these oils right here, sage, lime, oh man, the lime is amazing, patchouli. This is a really good one for when I'm making a more kind of, I want a more masculine scented soap or deodorant like I make for Mr. Rain. I'll mix the patchouli with the cedar oil, which is right here. And it just makes a real nice masculine type smell. But I enjoy it too. I mean, the women can wear it too. It can be unisex if you really want it to be. I just think it smells a little more manly. The geranium, clary sage. It's a wonderful one, especially if you're my age and going through the change. Ylang ylang. Frankincense, of course. and then the tea tree, and then I got a slew more back there, like ginger and, gosh, I don't know. I've got quite a bit because I use these a lot. I use them for so many different things. I use them in my homemade muscle rub. I use them in my scalp treatment that I use. I add them to my homemade shampoos from time to time. I use them in the soaps that I sell. Gosh, so many things. My homemade mascara. I use the sage, the rosemary, and the lavender in my homemade mascara. Just really great stuff. So again, find the product that works for you. I would say maybe avoid this one except for the vanilla. I love it. But some people, reading the reviews, some people didn't like it at all. I love it and use it quite a bit for more for adding just a more just nice scent to certain soaps and the skin cream. That's all I use it in. I don't use it for cooking. I don't use it for anything else. It's just to add just a little touch of something else. And I think this, like I said, I think the cinnamon's good, but for the most part, I'm not really sure about the company as a whole. Oh, and the one more thing I wanted to say about any company. I don't care if it's Now Foods. I don't care if it's Sun Organics. I don't care if it's one of these the big brand ones here. They can say whatever they want. They can, if you go to Now Foods and you read their little snippet on what therapeutic oils really are, and then you go over to one of these other brands and read what they have to say, you're going to see some differences. So you just kind of got to go, okay, there's two things you can do. You can do as much research as you can and find out as much as you can, but then no matter what, you're still having to take a step of faith that these companies are truly making a product that they say that they're making, that it's truly 100% pure and natural, and that all this talk about therapeutic and whatever is true. And then you have to decide, okay, now I'm just going to have to take a step of faith and go ahead and give it a try, and if it works for me, then good. I'm just going to have to believe the company's being honest, because we've seen it many times before that companies, big corporations, they tell us whatever they want, and they have a way of making us believe whatever they want, and we could be way off base. I mean, we could be just putting our trust in any of these things, and none of them are true. And so, you know, you just kind of got to do trial and error, do your research, and then just have faith that what you're doing is the right thing. And that applies to a lot of stuff. So, you know, because I get a lot of interaction about things like, let's say, the chocolate. You know, I go as organic and raw and natural as I can, but no matter what, here we find out that we're still getting lead and stuff in our chocolate, and that has to do with once it's processed. There's a high amounts of lead in the shell of the cacao bean, and sometimes that gets into the chocolate, sometimes it's other factors. There's some of this is unavoidable, so you have a choice. You can just go as organic, raw, and natural as possible, and just trust God with the rest, or you can quit eating chocolate. But then from that point, what else are you going to cut out because there's something else? Because as long as you're making as many changes as you have control over in your life, you know, there's no reason why you should give up every food that's out there, because there's no possible way you can find something without some kind of toxin. I don't care what it is. There's always going to be some toxin present, and you have to do the best you can, and that's it. We can't stress ourselves out about every little detail, about every little thing. Just do the best you can with the knowledge that you have, but don't quit learning and studying along the way. And then you may find along the way something that's just a little bit better than what you were using before. Make that change. Or maybe you'll find something that's just as good but more frugal. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. And honestly, people, I have learned so much from all of you as well with your interactions. This is how we learn. We're all learning different things along the way. Some people are studying this more than that. And so we're all going to have some kind of knowledge and some kind of information that we can share with each other, so that we're growing together on this road to be more natural, more self-sufficient, and more healthy. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that maybe you learned something new and that it helps encourage you to continue on the path to be as healthy as you possibly can. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.